Hello, everybody. We are the Geeks and the Giants. I am Enzo. This is my forever co-host John. Today we talk about Talladega Nights, another Adam McKay directed movie starring Will Ferrell once again and John C. Reilly, and it's about Ricky Bobby in
Chicken
NASCAR.
bake.
Yeah, shake and
Chicken
bake.
bake.
Yeah.
Chicken bake.
Again, just like Anchorman, I have no idea how long or how short this video will be because again, there are a lot of humor. Actually, not as much.
As Anchorman.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's more dramatic than Anchorman and has less iffy jokes, but the jokes that are here, you're like, oh fuck, that doesn't age well at all. That's inappropriate and that's illegal too. Uh,
we won't mention that one. Just watch the movie so you'll see.
yeah. But yeah, ever since getting into F1 because of you and Drive to Survive, I'm like, I need that itch of like, I need a movie about cars now. Aside from
And I was
Pixar,
like,
of course.
really? I was like, oh, you should try out Rush or, any of the other fucking movies. And he goes, Talladega Nights. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because I've seen Rush already. Obviously, we already did Ford versus Ferrari, so now we do something a bit more lighter, I guess, than those two. And yeah, for you expect something like this to not have the best race scenes, but the race scenes here are pretty compelling.
Yeah, like the racing scenes here are not that bad. I do like it. Like, even the start where they, what was their they had like a funny sponsor for like the first scene that Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, they were like the pit crew.
Oh yeah,
And I forgot what the sponsor of that one was, but it made me laugh. I was like, really?
yeah, yeah. I keep also forgetting that Michael Clark Duncan's here. I'm like, I miss you,
That's
good sir. Yeah,
yeah. And I love it when like I love the whole concept of like, hey, who could race? By the way, this never happens. Where like the dude from the pit crew just like, do you want to drive for us? I was like, sure, and it immediately starts like destroying the competition.
you're like, if only that happens in real life, that'd be super
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I would love to, but for sure I will crash the first time I'll get into like an F1 car.
Right? Whether it's F1 or NASCAR, you're experiencing unbelievable, unforgiving forces against your body, and you're like, I don't know how you do it. I really don't.
I do love like drivers' reaction to this movie because they do love this movie,
Yeah.
but a lot of it is very unrealistic. Where they could have their whole monologue, they could be talking
Yeah.
when clearly when they're in an actual NASCAR, you'll be screaming your head off just to get a word out
Yeah.
because it's so fucking loud.
Yeah, that's the benefits of this being a movie versus real life, where you're like, wow, for guys experiencing 10 Gs, they're talking pretty calmly.
Okay, they're not experiencing 10 Gs, Jesus Christ.
Forgot how this works. Never. No, but yeah, you've
Yeah.
seen like, I don't know, F1 where everyone's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Fuck you.
Right? Like even like them on the comms, like you barely hear them. Anyway, we're going off track
Yeah.
here. Anyway,
But yeah, this is a fun movie.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, and you get the whole fall from grace because he's in the crash while he's competing against Sacha Baron Cohen, John from F1, who's the most French character I've ever seen in any comedy movie. You're like, sure.
I know Sacha Baron Cohen like can do accents very well. This one's like deliberately horrible French accent.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know how the French people take this movie. To be honest, I'm sure it's not well because it's a horrible accent.
But it's so fucking funny because for the joke of the time, like, and the place that they're in, of course, it's somewhere down south.
Yeah,
It's in like, in, well, Talladega. And you have this French guy come in from F1 from Europe.
yeah.
Who completely dominates and is gay. It's just like, everybody's like, what?
Yeah, he's a husband. Did I hear that right? Everyone starts freaking out. You're like, yes.
And I love like everybody here has like even like yeah, I'm sorry, Amy Adams, like their characters have like maybe an IQ of 2. Like,
Yeah. I forget. I keep forgetting Amy Adams is here because I'm like, don't expect her to be in this kind of movie. After seeing her in like
yeah.
what movies with Denis Villeneuve and like Zack Snyder and like other dramatic movies, I really forget she's in an Adam McKay movie.
Yeah, she does it pretty well. Like, she's not here a lot, but like she does it pretty well.
Yeah,
And you gotta love like Will Ferrell's character.
Ricky Bobby.
What's his name? Ricky Bobby. Where he's a little too extra when it comes to everything. Like yeah, he starts like winning races, and then like he has like cash, and like he has a wife, he has kids. His father-in-law like lives with him, and they have like this prayer moment, and you're like, why do you have to be so descriptive about baby Jesus? And I was like, I like baby Jesus. I love that entire fucking scene.
Yeah, and the kids are such horrible kids. Like the grandpa's like, you guys are so ungrateful to your elder. And like, shut up, grandpa! I'll beat the shit out of you. You're like, Jesus Christ.
I'll beat the shit out of you. And like, yeah, like Ricky Bobby has a crash, and his entire life falls apart, and his like teammate takes his wife and his entire life.
Any? Yeah.
This sounds very familiar. If any of you F1 fans think that this story sounds a little too familiar, it is pretty much a biopic of Max Verstappen's life.
God, poor guy. I mean, he's on top of the world now, but yeah. It's not been a smooth road.
No, because like, there's this guy named Kvyat who was like the top driver for Red Bull. Then there's this young buck Max who comes in, who's his teammate. And then
He takes everything from that guy.
yeah,
Oh.
Kvyat like crashes into like he has an accident. And then Max starts winning races. And then years later, takes his wife, takes his kid, and takes his entire life.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was the opposite. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, but yeah, he
Max
moved.
loves Riley.
Ricky Bobby moves back in with his mom, the actress from Glee. I don't know her from anywhere else.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it is her.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm mostly used to her with like shorter hair.
Yeah.
Wait,
And then he meets his dad again. Forgot his dad's name, but like he teaches him to Reese. Yeah, Reese. Bobby teaches him how to drive and work through the fear. Even though the message is like, that's so stupid. I don't think that works that way. Driving with a cougar? Are you fucking kidding me?
yeah. And I love this. I do love this backstory when it comes to his dad, where he comes in every 10 years. Well, he's like an eclipse,
Yeah.
you know, like the start of the movie, like comes in, he's like waiting for his dad, and he comes in like high,
Yeah.
and tells him like his life motto, which is if you ain't first, you're last.
Your last. Apparently this is one of Christopher Nolan's favorite movies.
I get it.
Yeah. This
I
and
didn't know Christopher
Tokyo
Nolan
Drift.
was a car guy because he likes Fast and Furious. He likes this.
Yeah. Again, I think Nolan's one of those guys you can just hang out with, which is fine. You know?
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, not when he's working though. I heard he's a little like, you know, he locks in.
yeah, that makes sense with how well his movies are. You're like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see Ricky Bobby go back to basics and climb his way back to the top, or at least try to, while he's having these conversations with Cal of like, sure, I can come over. Hold up, I hate you. Supposedly,
Yeah, I hate you. It was like, oh, I'll see you tomorrow. Even he met you. I was like, well, what are you doing to me? What kind of spell you got me?
And Cal's just like, I don't know. What spelled? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you can tell again. These people have like the IQ equivalent of 2, so like they got a memory of a goldfish as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's hella funny, and like the dynamic still works even though the conflicting like moral decisions that's
yeah.
at play. Like that's it's just so good.
Especially characters like Amy Adams, Susan, where she gives this amazing speech and then she goes right back to what she is, and you're like, right, all these characters are not the brightest bulbs in this room.
Yeah. they're never like the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yeah, but they have heart, you know? That's why
Yeah.
Susan gives such an amazing speech to wake Ricky Bobby up, and he's like, alright, I have to do what I have to do. And you're like,
Making out in the bar.
yeah.
By the way, we skipped out on an, in my opinion, a, a cinematic masterpiece where Ricky Bobby is is on like is in the hospital and they're like,
Oh,
"No,
right.
like doctor, you could unplug him, doctor. I don't think he's gonna make it." He's like, "No, he's fine." It was like they're all just giving up on him.
Yeah. Cal is like, go to sleep. And you're like, shit.
Yeah, John C. Riley like starts like, "I'll take care of you."
Yeah, he starts to one.
I don't like defends himself. My gosh.
And then he thinks he's paralyzed for some reason. It's like, how dare you walk into this room with your legs, with your walking privileges, showing me how to do things, telling me I am not paralyzed? How dare you?
And they're like, "You're not paralyzed. You can walk." And I was like, "Really?" It like grabs a knife and like sticks it in him, and this entire scene was just so fucking funny. Because they're like, grabs another knife to pry the original knife off. I was like,
You're like, again, you're like, you know, if these were brighter people, they would have called the doctor by now.
like, there were so many instances in this movie where I knew that the actors in that scene had such a hard time keeping it straight.
Yeah, you see the bloopers, you're like, I'm surprised you got this whole scene moving.
It's not even in the bloopers. Like, Sacha Baron Cohen and Will Ferrell, when they kissed at the end, you see Sacha Baron Cohen like trying to hold back his laugh.
Oh man, I do like his confession to Ricky Bobby at the end when he's like, I need someone to beat me so I can retire peacefully. I need someone to make me not number one anymore. And you're like, oh, it's this kind of story. All right.
Yeah, I do like that. I don't get the concept of him trying to teach Komodo dragons how to play Hamlet, but yeah,
Oh well. But yeah, I do like the completely illegal way these men settle their differences.
not gonna lie. If I was a race car driver, and me and like another driver who were like at the top of our game crashes before the finish line, I would look at him and immediately like book it.
Oh man, it's like seeing our modern F1 drivers. If anyone from the modern F1 lineup did that, I might lose my shit. Of like, Jesus Christ.
There was an instance of like somebody, not like run to the finish line, like more of like push their car so that it stopped
Oh,
before the finish line, and they're like trying to push it towards the finish line.
okay.
There was that instance.
All right.
It's
Felt bad for Ricky Bobby when they lied to him. They're like, oh, one of our crewmates died. There was a fire, and he just wanted you to win. And you see the guy being like, is he buying it? You're like, what the fuck? The fuck is wrong with you?
Speaking of fire, I fucking love where he first crashes and he's like, "I'm on fire." Starts like running like a headless chicken kind of deal.
All right, happens twice, and you're like, oh, poor Ricky Bobby. Oh,
Did you
well.
notice the guys who was like running after him, like just randomly spitting?
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that, but I'm like, I had to rewind. I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know one of the extra drivers is portrayed by Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Oh, why he was here?
Yeah, I think he's the guy who the boss is like, can you make Ricky Bobby crash or stop him from winning?
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, damn, I didn't know that was Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah. But yeah, this movie ends nicely, like everybody gets what they need or want. Cal finally wins by the most bullshit way possible, but he's like, I'm happy.
No, it does make sense.
It does, but like,
He didn't cross the finish line.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like anyone else, they'd be like, nah, that's not enough for me. I need to cross the finish line. I can't win by technicality, but Cal's just so wholesome in a way. It's like, I'll accept that.
Again, two brain cells, man.
Yeah. And like he says something near the end and you're like, sweet Lord in heaven above. Let's not repeat that ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like even his wife his like ex-wife was like, I'll take you back because you seem like you're a winner again, kind of deal. And I was like, nah. And they have like this whole
Yeah,
a little tasteless on that end, but like,
yeah, yeah. I forgot she was in Iron Man, the first wife.
oh yeah, she was the reporter.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, this is a very funny, wholesome racing movie with some iffiness to it. But you're like, you know what? Again, it's the 2000s. I can live with it somewhat. I get. But
Yeah,
if you can't, again, that's pretty valid as well. You know, just look for comedy somewhere else, and that's fine. Uh,
yeah,
but I would say this is a classic at this point. It's like this Anchorman and Step Brothers were like these three movies go nicely together. Why
yeah.
not?
Like it's like every car guy's must watch. You need to watch Talladega.
Yeah,
You gotta know Shake and Bake.
exactly. But yeah, what would you rate Talladega Nights?
Uh, I feel like there's a little bit of extra points because it is a car movie, like it's a racing movie. But unlike Anchorman, the jokes here are a little bit more tasteful. There are some jokes that are like, ooh, you
Yeah.
can't say that. But I found myself laughing more here than Anchorman.
Yeah,
Yeah, the delivery here was way better in my opinion. And like Sacha Baron Cohen, even though he's not here a lot, his presence alone is just like steals the show.
yeah,
And like Will Ferrell is such a fucking like comedic genius when it came to improv, especially like John C. Reilly.
yeah,
And yeah, this entire movie was just so fun to watch. Whether you're a car guy or not, if you just like watching funny movies, you'll enjoy this one. I'll give this one an 8 out of 10. Like
okay.
it's so good, and it's so fucking funny. And like if you just want the shits and giggles, this is a movie to watch.
Yeah. I'll also give this an 8 out of 10. Like, most of the jokes work, and the improv, them doing improv is pretty good. Like, again, Will Ferrell is pretty good at that, so is John C. Reilly. And, like, for a racing movie, I still get the feeling of, like, white knuckling it, especially towards the end of, like, I really hope Ricky Bobby wins. I really do.
The shots are so good.
Yeah.
Like them like neck and neck. I was like, this is really good cinematography.
Yeah. And again, it just shows how good of a director Adam McKay is and how much of a chameleon of a director he is. And I really do like this movie. And again, it goes nicely with the other Adam McKay movies of this type. But yeah, that's been our video for Talladega Nights. What do you guys think? Comment below. If you like our videos, please leave them a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see your best and funniest moments, and Spotify to hear us on the go. Individually, I am Zoda's Voices on TikTok and Ends Wolf on Letterboxd. Where can I find you?
You can find me at JohnGM _ It is my article. On Instagram. It's my article. Oh my god.
Oh no. Alright. But yeah, until then, we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Peace out.